All right, and we are live. Good evening, everyone. Hello, how is everyone out there in YouTube world? Who's out there with me tonight in YouTube world? I'm just going to move my stuff here so I can see everybody. Okay. Okay. Oh, dear. I'm getting a. What's happening here? I think I got two screens. Oh dear. Hang on. We're going to find out what's happening. There we go. I had too many things open. Hey, everybody. getting used to how to, like I said last night, it's getting used to doing this on my own is good fun, but I think we are ready to fly. So who is with me tonight? Is waiting for everybody to jump on as they have probably had a busy Monday, but we are on day 2 of the 21-day reset. And I'm really glad you're here tonight. I'm so glad to have you. If you're here for the first time tonight, you're right on time. So welcome. I'm Grace Simon with the New Doors Mentorship. And if you were with me last night, welcome back. And thanks for coming back. I really honor and appreciate you taking this time to do this 21-day reset journey with me. It's going to be an amazing, incredible 21 days because we're going to learn new habits. We're going to shift our mindset, shift our gears, our rhythms. We're going to change some patterns and overcome beliefs. But this week we're talking about finding our clarity. And really, we can't move forward really with an impact for transformation without clarity. And so there's some things. There's a map. There's a roadmap that we have to take in order for us to get clarity for ourselves. We can take other people's visions. We can take other people's ideas. But that means we're probably not a CEO. We are probably an employee being led by another. And for those of you that are on the reset tonight, you might be on a team and you might not be the leader, but you want to lead from you lead from someplace in your life. You know, if it's not in your career, it'll be in your home, in your community, or in your friends, or people are coming to you for advice. Somewhere you are leading, and you really want to lead yourself so that you can lead others. And that is the course of life, that we understand who we are and we make an impact for our own life, and then we're able to help others, or we're able to really create that compelling future and go after what it is that we want. But we want to make things really, really clear. So let's start off with our anchor. Hands on your heart and a hand on your belly. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Take a nice deep breath in. And on the way out, just say, we're not rushing tonight, we're arriving. Try that again. Breathe in, and on the way out, we're going to say, we're not rushing tonight, we are arriving. Deep breath in. We're not rushing tonight, we're arriving. Okay. If you're here with me, type here. Keep it nice and simple. If you're here with me tonight and you're ready to go, type in the chat here and let's get going. I'm hoping that I can see your chats here so I can see where you're talking, because I want you to talk to me. Talk to me here. I'm going to put it in here, get this thing going. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm here. I'm going to. All right. Hey, Val. Woo. There we go. We're ready. We're ready. Whoever is jumping on with us, I want you to come along with us. We are in a community to build up and to encourage one another in making some changes, shifting our gears, and really going after what it is that we want for 2026. And last night, we started identifying values, not the ones that we admire, but the ones that actually drive our decisions. Our values drive our decisions. They also drive our reactions and boundaries. And some of you started, whether it was on point with us or watching the replay, some of you started listing them. And some of you narrowed them down. You were able to get through the exercise and narrow down to your top 3 values. And maybe you realized this is deeper than what I expected. Anybody out there realize that really thinking about your values and narrowing your values was a deeper exercise? I mean, when I did the exercise, the value exercise, I took a few months to really hammer it down, because at first we think, oh yeah, my values are honest, it's integrity, authenticity, love, and those are the kind of the things that really fly off first. But when you go through that chart, that values table chart, and if you weren't with me or with us last night, go back to yesterday's recording and download the values table, because it's really, really helpful. You want to narrow it down to your top 10 values, and then you want to narrow it down to 5 and get down to 3. And these are the 3 largest drivers of your life. And it really is really important to know this. And something that you'll get to understand through this clarity exercise this week is that values don't just show up when life is calm. They show up when life presses on us. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. If you started thinking about your values after last night's type started out there, have you started thinking about your values? And have you started thinking about those values? Text me started. Go ahead anytime. So now tonight we're going to talk about what happens when a value, yes, amazing. Tonight we're going to talk about what happens when a value that is meant to serve you starts getting amplified in pressure. When a value that is meant to serve you, because when we think about our values, we're like, oh yeah, my value is faith, love, and community. It feels so good. However, something happens when they get amplified in pressure, because values don't disappear under stress. They get actually louder. And this is why it's so important to get an understanding of what your value is. I want to share something with you of how I learned and got to an understanding of how my values serve me. And they also can work against me if I don't have proper clarity and understanding. So let me share a personal story with you. A few years ago, during COVID years, and those dark years of COVID that we don't want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about COVID, and I'm not going to talk about those dark years. However, I want to share with you a lesson that I learned. And don't worry, I'm not going to get political here about COVID. I found myself really struggling emotionally. I've been a realtor for 20 years, but I've also been a municipal counselor for the past 8. And 3 of those 4 years was during COVID. And wow, that was a season. I was listening to constituents, my family and friends, and I was watching what was happening around us, to businesses, to culture and everything. And I was deeply impacted by the idea that people's freedoms felt questioned or restricted. And freedom is a core value of mine. Like it's one of my top 3 values that I worked on for months to realize that freedom is a core value. Okay. So freedom being the core value of mine, my empathy was high. My passion was high. And if I'm honest, the pressure, oh, it was high too. And there were moments where I really wanted to call things out. And in some cases, I did. Yeah, I did. But what I began to notice was this. My value of freedom, it was actually on overdrive. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was that I cared so deeply for the people around me, listening to their stories and their frustrations and their hurts and like losing jobs. And it was just a really hard time. And I was carrying frustration, uncertainty, responsibility, and fear all at once for everything, the decisions that I was having to make that didn't necessarily align with or agree with. And, there was so much of this. So the emotion of freedom took the wheel. It took the wheel. And I had to step back. I had to breathe, and I had to ask myself a different question. And this is where clarity is coming into play for what we're learning this week. I had to ask myself this question. uh, Not am I right, but how am I responding? And what is my responsibility here? See, my value of freedom wasn't wrong, but the belief underneath it needed recalibration. I had to widen my perspective and lead myself before leading others. And this is the part, everyone. This is the part that matters for you. When a value goes into overdrive, it's usually being fueled by pressure, fear, or unexamined belief. And the value isn't the problem. It's the lack of awareness. The lack of awareness is the problem. If you ever felt emotionally driven by a value under pressure, type, I get that. Go ahead and type, I get that. If you've ever felt emotionally driven by a value under pressure, by me sharing that story. Let me give you another example. One almost everyone relates to. How about the value of honesty and integrity? I'm going to get caught in this one too. If I asked you, do you have a value of honesty? Most people would say yes immediately, right? Yeah, you get it. Most people would say immediately, yeah, for sure I do. Now, imagine someone who deeply values honesty. They pride themselves on telling it like it is. And anybody in your life that values on telling it like it is, they believe that people should handle the truth. Or they'll say, I'm just being honest, or I don't want to be fake. I just got to tell the truth. But underneath, that value is a belief that says, if I don't say immediately what I feel, I'm being dishonest. So what happens is they speak quickly, bluntly, without pause. And you know what happens, right? The outcome isn't clarity. It's hurt feelings, broken trust, or distance. Anybody been in that moment? Honesty, honesty is like a scalpel, right? That value of honesty, whew, is like a knife in the hands of a surgeon. Hey, it heals and it does wonderful things. In the hands of someone rushed or unaware, it makes those wounds. It cuts like a knife. Same value, but different belief. Do you get that? So, do you get where it's really important to know your values and to get an understanding of if they're serving you or they're working against you when you're in pressure or you're in frustration or you're trying to work through something and you just feel out of line, right? There's a very different outcome. So whether it's freedom or honesty or loyalty, ambition, faith, love, whatever it is, the pattern is the same. A value plus pressure plus unexamined belief can quietly create outcomes you never intended. And here's where this becomes very personal. And I want you to gently ask yourself tonight. So this is about personal development. This is about clarity. And this is the wonderful thing. Welcome for those of you coming on. The wonderful thing about you being on YouTube and interacting with me in the chat, I can't see your faces and you can ask yourself these questions. You know what's going on inside of you because this is personal, right? Hey, Gorlek, welcome. Glad you could make it. So ask this question to you about your values. Am I feeling unaligned anywhere in my life right now? You don't have to answer me, but answer yourself. Do yourself this favor while you're doing this 21-day reset because every day matters. Am I feeling unaligned anywhere in my life right now? Is there anxiousness, frustration, questioning, concern, or friction? Wow, that's a lot of stuff, right? Is there anxiousness, frustration, questioning, concern, or friction? Now, here's the nugget. What value might be speaking underneath that emotion? Come on. I hope this is going to be a wow moment for you. What value might be speaking underneath any of those emotions of friction, questioning, concern, or friction, anxiousness? Because emotions aren't the enemies. They're the messengers. They're the messengers. Anxiety often says, something I value feels threatened. Whereas frustration often says, something I value feels blocked. And confusion often says, two values are competing. So if you're in confusion of not wanting to do, two values are competing. So that's fun work for you to do some digging on. And this is it, which is great, is it's not failure. This is just information. It's insight, it's clarity, it's understanding. It's giving you resources and tools to do something about what's not feeling right now. If something feels unaligned right now, type listening. Go ahead. If something feels unaligned right now, type listening. Awesome. Thank you for your honesty. This is where the growth happens. And this is why we're doing 21-day reset. Woo. Yeah. Here's the tool. And this is your clarity. Choose one value that feels active right now. Choose one value that feels active right now. Then ask yourself, how does this value serve me when it's expressed well? From one of your values, how does this value serve me when it's expressed well? Number 2, and I will put these questions in a attachment so that you can download and go over them again, or you can screenshot it to get them in. How might this value be creating tension when I'm under pressure? Oh, you can't screenshot it because I'm looking at it. That's all. I'll download it for you. How might this value be creating tension when I'm under pressure? And number 3, what belief might be shaping how this value is coming out? Wow. What belief might be shaping how this value is coming out? What is causing you for this value to be working this way? Is there a belief there that is not serving you? It might be the belief that's not serving you that is driving this value a little tensely, that is feeling, causing this value to feel unaligned right now because there's a belief there at work. So we're not removing the value because the value is not the problem. And there is no problem. There's nothing wrong with you. So don't take it that way. We're refining. We're refining how that value is led, and to recognize when it's serving you and when it's not, or when it's feeling agitated, you'd be like, okay, it's because my value is being threatened. I'm out of alignment with my value. So I'm going to react passionately or responsively, or reactionary, right? So type the name of one value you know is active for you right now. What value right now that you pulled out that you know, okay, something's not aligned here. And I believe right now in this moment that it's this value. Can you share the value that you have that might feel aligned or threatened or pressured? That's getting pressed on, that might be causing this friction or this anxiety. Hope. Yeah. Patience. Wow. Those are good. Really, really good. Wow. Thanks for sharing such honesty. That's so good. Let it be good to let that out. I really do want to encourage you here that if you're noticing friction, that doesn't mean you're off track. It doesn't mean you're off track, friends. It means you're awake. Now you're awake, you're awakened to knowing and understanding, like, wow, this is a value that's really important to me. So this is why I'm feeling that way. It's feeling a lot of pressure. How do I get back into my center? How do I get aligned with something that's really important? Or is this value still serving me? Is it something that is really there for me that I should keep as a value? Because that's part of the clarity and the growth that we have too, is asking, now, does this value still serve me? Like, is this still really, really important? And leadership of your life, your home, your work begins with these kinds of awareness. Because as you become aware of these values, you're able to not only serve your life, but you're also able to serve, the tasks at hand, your family, your friends, your community, your beliefs, how we're going to move forward over these next few days. So you've just opened a new awareness of what could be going on. And that fact that you're willing to ask these questions tonight tells me you're already moving towards alignment. You're responding. And so there's already movement. So I want to congratulate you, because this is really important stuff. And I've done it for myself as I was working on this lesson and before I got on, because it's important that I'm not just we're doing this together. I want to promise you this, that I'm on this journey along with you. So this is for real. This is the real thing. When I'm mentoring my clients and working with my clients one-on-one, I'm not bringing myself into the one-on-one, but in these group settings that I get to facilitate and do these trainings and teachings, these challenges, you better believe it. I'm here with you on the challenges. It's so good because I know in the challenge there's growth, and that is exciting to me. So tonight, as you fill out your commitment or reflect on your notes, I want you to do it with kindness, not pressure. This is about growth. You're not trying to fix yourself. You're just learning and listening to yourself. What value is speaking right now? What belief might need maturity? Out of those three values, what belief might need maturity? And what outcome do I want this value to produce? What outcome do I want this value to do? So if you're going to keep this value as a value, then how is it going to serve your life? What is it going to be? How is it going to be the positive leader, driver, and aligner of your life? That's leader. That's leadership, friends. When I say mine is faith, love, and community, oh, man, they have to lead. They really do have to lead and guide me. And everything that I'm doing, with business, with my municipal leadership, my family, every aspect of my life and health, my physical, my spiritual, my development. These values, are going to be trained to lead me well. They're going to be my guide and my leader. So type committed if you're willing to reflect honestly tonight. Type in committed. Keep yourself committed to this journey of growth that we are doing, because it's rich. It really, really is a rich, rich thing that you're doing. And I hope that you've taken time to print off your commitment form so you can see that I'm amazing, Val, amazing, Garlic. So proud of you. So proud of you. And so proud of those that are on that aren't even texting. It's okay. You don't have to type. Just pay attention. Download your worksheet and fill it out. And part of this filling out is that you're taking account for what you're committing to and making small improvements every day. So you're making, as we're going through these lessons, these development lessons, these habitual lessons, you're committing to something over and over and over again. And it's how it becomes a habit. Writing it down, being willing to take action on it every single day. And as we move through the course of this development series, oh man, you're going to have such clarity, such alignment, and really something to be hopeful for and something to be very patient in as we grow together. So that's it for tonight, friends. Sharpening the understanding of those values and what they're doing to you right now, how they're working for you, and ask those questions. Keep asking throughout tonight as you write out your commitment sheet. And I will see you all again tomorrow. And if this is hitting home for you and it's been a good lesson, share it with your friends, invite them in. It's still early. It's still easy to jump in and come alongside of us. And I really want to grow this. This is my purpose, right? Is helping us to live fully alive by growing together and bringing out this clarity and awareness. So let's anchor in. Before we leave, let's sit up straight, put our shoulders back, tuck our tummies in, one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. And we're going to breathe in, take a nice big breath. And when we blow out, let's say we're learning together. Oh yeah. Feels good, right? For that we're learning together, and we're learning together, friends. So be blessed, be happy, be healthy, be abundant, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for joining. Bye, everyone. Good night. Thank you. Oh, I love those words, committed. I love it. I love it. See you.